Hi there and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'd like to discuss briefly with you manipulating, creating, updating text files. Now I'm using the word or the term text files here in the larger sense of the term. It is not just for TXT files. This could be any textual content files, so DAT files, INI files, yes, obviously the .txt CSVs are plainly textual content files. So all of these can be manipulated, created, updated using the two functions I'm going to present next. Let's just dive right into this. So basically, as you're going to see here on the first web page, I have a very simple function that appends to an existing text file. Now, you can use this also with a non-existent file. So this will actually create the file if it doesn't already exist. So it can create and it also then appends the content. However, if the file already exists, as its name implies, it will add whatever content you're telling it to add to the end of the existing content. So that's why it's the append function. So as you can see here, it's really just 4 simple lines. And the important thing to note here is the way we proceed with the open of the file. So the path and file name that we're going to give it is we're using the append method. Now, if we contrast that for a second to my second function, where this is for overwriting the content. And once again, if the file doesn't exist, this will first create it. Okay, but if the file exists, has content, this one will first truncate the content, remove it, eliminate it, and then place your content. So it's almost like creating a new text file every single time. You're always getting a fresh text file with just your content, versus here we're adding to any existing content. And the important thing to notice here is, once again, it's the same basic 4 lines, but here we're using the for output. So for append, which as its name implies, appends content, and for output is, well, we're going to just output your content, and any existing content is going to be lost. That's it. That really is as simple as this gets. It's really simple to work with text files. Now, if I just briefly copy this guy here, and we go into, say, Excel. We could use any VBA application. This is straightforward VBA. It isn't tied to a specific application. There's no bitness involved here. So it really is just a simple question of coming in any module, create a new module or an existing module, just paste in the function. And then you can come here and you can do, txt append where. So which file? And we can do on my desktop, and we'll do append test. Be good if I wrote it right. And we can, any extension we want. In reality, we could even create our own extension. And then what do we want to append to it? Well, let's just append this. And we can do that. Now on my desktop, I should have a file. Let's open it up. We'll get rid of that. So there's my append test. If we bring it here for a second and drag it properly, as you can see, append test.dat. So that's what it created. And if we look here, we said add this content. Okay. So let's come here and let's say we're going to add a second line. Done. Come back to the notepad, and there it is, line 2. And you can come in and you can do also things like VBA-enabled, all right? And we can say now I'm adding line 3, and I'm adding a line 4, and so on and so forth. And once again, open it up. There's your line 3, there's your line 4. So that's how easy this is. Now, in contrast, if we come back here and we copy our other function, so this one doesn't append, remember. This one simply outputs, overwrites. So now if we switch it over and we do that, Now we find out that our text file removed the content and simply added the 2 lines we told it to add. And similarly, if I come here and I just say, okay, it's just 1 line, let's say, and I run it, and I open there it is, just the 1 line. So that really is all you need to know about manipulating text files, either creating them. Both of these functions will create them from scratch if they don't already exist. If they do exist, then they either append or overwrite, depending on which of the 2 functions you choose to use, depending on your needs. And that's it. No more complicated than that. So in a matter of 30 seconds, you can be operational for whatever your need is in manipulating text files. I hope this helps a few of you out there. Wishing you all a great day. Take care, and we'll see you in the next one.